is Friday. It's time. It is time for you to get excited. It is time for you to get interactive. It is time for you to look forward to the weekend. It is time for you to meet me, Christophe Bongo. You are just tuned to Just Bam because it is Friday. It is that day before the weekend. I am so excited. I am so happy to be here. I am happy for two reasons. Reason number one, the Premier Soccer League in South Africa is starting tomorrow, Saturday. And the reason number two, I've got so many goodies, so much to give away. And that's why I am here for. I'm very sure you're going to see, you will enjoy, and you will interact with me. Please send it to your friends, share it with everybody. Talk to me. I want to talk to you. I want to hear your views. I am Christophe Bongo, as I said, and this is time. It is that day before the weekend. But before I start, I don't want just to talk. I want to make sure that you know you will win. So how do you win? You win with Visa, who are our sponsors. So how do you win with Visa? So this is the way you win with Visa. You have a Visa card, and you swap it, and you do what I have to ask you, tell you to do, and those are the goodies that you're gonna win. So you are going to the shop, you take a Visa card, you swap it, you take the slip, you take a picture, you send it to 067-815-4027, and that's as simple as it is. And then you send at home, you're gonna get a phone call that will tell you you are a winner. You're gonna win a Fitbit or you're gonna win a cell phone. So that's what it's all about. So that's what you win in this show, and that's what it is good. But that is not all you can win. You can win for answering this simple question. So last week we did ask a trivial question, and the question that we did ask you, many of you got it right, and the question was very simple. Who was South African national team coach in 1998 AFCON? Who was South African national team coach in 1998 AFCON? Remember, 1996 South Africa won it with Clive Barker. 1998 South Africa got to the final, got beaten by one brother called Hassan Gold. Who was the coach? If you know the answer of that answer, you did send it to us. And guess who won? How do you start a Friday with a free 2 gigabytes to make calls, to send WhatsApp message, to speak with me? Penny Namane is the winner of that trivial question. We thank you very much for entering it, for answering it, for tweeting it, and for sending it to all your friends in the Facebook and around the world. And this week, we do have another question. And this is the question. PSL started in 1996. Since then, we want to know which club has won the most PSL title. I'm not talking about South African football history. I'm not talking about the NSL time. I'm talking about PSL time that started in 1996. Which club has won the most PSL title? If you know that answer, now you can actually interact with me, send your message, talk to me, guess. But I'm sure because you love football, you won't guess because you know the correct answer for that question. But like I'm saying, I am excited. I am excited because football is starting, and the people who love football, people who eat football, people who breathe football, people who are like us in Just Urban TV, Just Palm Urban TV, you know that football is what you will love from this weekend. So let's see what happened last season. You cannot go forward if you don't know what happened last time. So what happened last time, this is how the league looks like. I divided it by 4. I put teams in the green because those teams are going to go to the continent to play the CAF Champions League. Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, they are in the CAF Champions League, and you have Bidvest and Cape Town City. They will be playing in CAF Confederation Cup. Those teams, they have to travel a lot. These teams, they have to have a big squad. This team, they have to have a solid mind because traveling the continent, it is not given to everybody. So these teams, they've got big challenge. They've got CAF competition. They've got Elite 8 that they have to play for. They've got a League Cup they have to play for. And they do have the FA Cup they have to play for, plus winning the title. So they've got so much to play for. They've got so many games to play for. And those teams, they've got a lot to do. And then you have a second group of teams. This second team of group, it starts from number 5 to number 8. These teams, they play in elite group in South Africa. If you're not in the elite group, you don't have the pressure of winning the first game because it is the first cup that you have to play. So they are very happy because they don't have to compete in the first cups. But this group, they have to win in the first cup. This is very important because their supporters are waiting for them to win something. And then, of course, you have teams in the Reds. Those teams, they've got only the FA Cup, they've got the League Cup, and they've got the Championship. These teams, they're in the middle there. But the worrisome time, it is the team in yellow. The team in the yellow, it is the team where they fight relegations, they fight all those things, and that's where most coaches get fired. I did send my good friend Itumelenge to go to the PSL where they have the launch for this season. I wanted to know what is the excitement that we can expect for this season in the PSL. If there is a new innovation, if there are new players, if there is new coaches, if there is any situation that's happening, Itumelenge will be telling us. But you know what happened last season. Mamelodi Sundowns won the league. Orlando Pirates came very, very close, but they did not win it. They came second. And then, of course, you had the Bidvest. Bidvest, they lost it almost in the last stretch of the game where they did not manage to get some good result against a team like Baroka FC. And then they found themselves losing the ground of being in the top 3 or just winning the league. And then, of course, Cape Town City with Benny McCarthy organizing that team so well, and that team did so well. So in PSL, we have some kind of innovation. The innovation that we have in PSL is we have a Q1, Q2, and Q3. Those are the Qs that mean those teams, if you win certain number of games, you win Q1. If you win certain number of games, you win Q2. And that shows you how good the teams are. So what did we see in the PSL last season that we might not see this season? Guess what? Nothing will change. Everything is together. So I've got online, I've got Itumelenge Banda. Itumelenge Banda went in the PSL in the press conference and said, so man, Itumelenge, you are live. People are watching you around the world. Please tell us, what can we expect in PSL season this time around?
Well, hello, Chris. I mean, it's going to be an exciting season this season. It is the 2019-2020 season. It kicks off in about 24 hours, which means that football fanatics all over the world are very excited. What to expect is that fans can be a part of the season more this season. Last season they had 4 million, but this season after have introduced, they're coming back with a another campaign, but within 12 games they will be giving away at 10,000 rand, 100,000 rand rather. And that's in 12 games. Kicked off on Sunday, and it's the Chiefs versus Highlands, Hampton Park versus Chiefs game. And one person will walk away with 100,000 rand.
Wow. So basically what you're saying is we need to go to the stadium so for us to get a chance of winning. But another thing, you will be traveling around the countries, and what one thing that you are looking to see the most this season?
I mean, what I'm looking to see the most this season is the fact that we're seeing a lot of changes, and looking at how the teams finished off last season as opposed to where they stand, and now they have a clean slate. I'm sure everyone just wants to clinch the title. I'm excited that the prize money has gone up, so that means that the fight gets stronger. I mean, if you just look at the fixtures this week, we open up with 3 derbies, right? With our first derby being the Pretoria derby, and that was the Mamelodi Sundowns going head-to-head with SuperSport United.
Yeah.
I mean, this one, Christoph, you don't want to miss this one, because last season, SuperSport United beat Mamelodi Sundowns, and Mamelodi Sundowns came back and they said that they were just exhausted because they had captured.
Yes.
So, will they be able to repeat what they did last year? Or is it true that Mamelodi Sundowns last year was just related?
But there is something that I want to touch before you go is, this is a women's month that we're getting now. Didn't PSL announce of having female referees or more female referees in our games? It would be nice though.
They should. They really should, because, and I say that they should because within the men games, well, within the female teams, if you look at the Women's World Cup, we had teams that were led by men.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a problem with it.
So we need women referees. But I'll let you go with this simple question. We did a poll question. Everybody said VAR, it is important. Do you think it is time for us to have a VAR in PSL? Very quickly, yes or no? And I'll let you go because I know you have a lot of things to do.
Listen, Christoph, and I'll say what I said last week.
Yes.
VAR needs to be present so that it prepares our boys, so that when they move on to a bigger level or if they go internationally, they know that they're ready and they actually know the rules of the game. Because as much as we have people playing soccer, I don't think they really know the rules of the game. I mean, in the FIFA Women's World Cup, we had the back pass. A lot of people didn't know what that is. So we need people to understand the rules of the game, and we can play it back to them and say, that's not allowed, that's allowed, this should be done.
The more we talk with Itu, the more we learn about football. Many people, they don't know about the back pass. Thank you very much, Itu. We'll be speaking with you. Listen, Itu will be a feature in this show. And don't worry, next time, Itu might just be in the studio talking to us about football. Itu, we thank you very much. And you go and enjoy your first game. I know you are looking forward to go to the first derby, which is basically Pretoria Derby. And we'll speak about it next week when we speak each time. Thank you very much, Itu Melenge. That is Itu Melenge Banda talking to us about everything to do about PSL. You know, people are getting paid a lot of money just going to watch football. That's what Itu said this season. That is the big change. But I am here not only for me, but I'm here for you. I want you to win. So let's once again to look at what you stand a chance of winning. So you stand a chance of winning a Fitbit, which is beautiful. It's a good watch, by the way. I would like to have one. And then I've got a Huawei phone. All you have to do, it is that action. Swap your card, go forward, do this, send a picture, send a WhatsApp, and you stand a big chance of winning big. So we have our first Visa winner that I have to announce now. So you are sitting at home, you're waiting to see your name, and those are the two names. Those are real human. They won it because they participated. From Mpumalanga, Tandeka Matibela, congratulations for winning yourself a Huawei phone. Beautiful phone. It is a smartphone. And then you have from Rudeport, it is Badi Ali. Congratulations to you for being the winner. Those two won the cell phone. Congratulations to you because all they did is to enter the competition and do what I said. Swap the cards, take the picture, WhatsApp it, and you sit at home, you sit, you're gonna get it. So remember, in our poll question last time, we did ask you this question. Do you think VAR, it is good for our football? And the answer was surprising, even to myself. It was 100% yes, that we needed VAR in our football. This week, I do have a different poll question, but I won't go there. I've got Yusuf last week, one of the people that participated in our poll. So Yusuf said referee can't take the stress of big decision by themselves. They need to be helped like in rugby. Yeah, we want them to help them, but in the rugby it is very simple. You can see everything. The Tepi Kanye say it is not fair that VAR is used. Referee are not. It is only fair that VAR should be used because they don't believe that referees are reliable. Well, they're human. Human, we have our faults sometimes. But for me to go, Penny, very, very active in our line. Thank you very much, Penny, for being such a good viewer. And it is not fair for the decision to be made by one person. So yeah, VAR is needed together with the referee. That's what they call the VAR. It is a referee assistant. So which means we have 2 in the field and we have 4 in the machine. So the referees basically get assisted by 9 people. Tato is what say VAR is needed in PSL too. The situation with PSL is you need to put, when you start with VAR, you have to put it in every single venue. So at the moment, in PSL, in South Africa, not every venue is conducive for us to use VAR. So that is the situation. So this week we have some polls that we're gonna go, but those polls, before we go to them, I really wanted to have a good conversation with a friend of mine. So the conversation we will have, it will direct us to our poll question for this week. So once I got her online, she will then tell me a story that I want to know, because the poll question is coming from a story. I will ask her a story. I don't want to say it because if I say it, you might say, I am for this team, I am for that team. I don't want to do that. I'm talking about PSL. I am excited that PSL is starting. So I want to know about this team? What will happen? So I've got Tepi on the line. Tepi has been following football everywhere. I know you are very cold where you are. Tepi, can you hear me? I heard you for a second, and there you are. You are back. You are listening to beautiful music. It is okay. You are fine where you are. I'm enjoying seeing you. You are listening to good music. So Tepi, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Hi, everyone.
I'm fine. Listen, everybody are watching you around South Africa. They want to know a question. So they want to know the answer to this question. So you tell me honestly, do you think Kaizer Chiefs will be relegated this season?
Not relegated. I won't lie. Not relegated, but I don't see them making the top 8 once again. And if they are going to make the top 8, it's going to be very, very tough for them. They need to really, really up their game.
So what do you think went wrong for Kaizer Chiefs, according to you? Because I know the reason we're talking about Kaizer Chiefs, people must understand that Kaizer Chiefs, it is a big, big club, and they found themselves in the bottom there. So why do you think it is important for Kaizer? What they need to do for them to get forward?
Okay, so look, I feel as though the players don't know each other. They don't have a relationship as yet, and that's going to take a while for them to be able to accomplish. I mean, they've played so many games, preseason friendlies, and they have not really won 7 of them. So that on its own is a challenge, because you can see that certain teams, Kaizer Chiefs, for example, Orlando Pirates, for example, Mamelodi Sundowns, are really putting up a fight, because these games are very important in order for them to prepare them for the season starting. So if they were not doing well already, when it comes to preseason friendlies, then it's going to be a big challenge for them. So they need to really up their game, and that means that they need to be uniform, I guess. Maybe have a team building, I don't know, where they are able to know each other and are able to play in unison and as a team.
Listen, I know you take it straight. Tell me your top 4 for this season. Who do you think will finish in top 4?
Top 4, definitely I see Cape Town City there.
Yeah.
I see Mamelodi Sundowns there, even with the drama that's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I do see Orlando Pirates there.
Yeah.
And I think an underdog like probably a Stellenbosch FC could just surprise us and just go up there, and give us the big teams a run for their money.
Wow.
If not them, then probably like a Little Tuba, that is Black Leopard.
So I did not hear the name Kaizer Chiefs, so I understand that you don't believe Kaizer Chiefs they will make they will make in that level. So which game are you going to be watching tomorrow, and what you going to be? Where will you be watching it? Will you be in the stadium, or will you be watching it in the studio?
Okay, so the one game I'm looking forward to, which is the biggest game really, the Pretoria Derby, SuperSport United against Sundowns, is happening tomorrow. Another big derby is going to be the KZN Derby. So those are 2 very, very big games I'm going to be watching, but also seeing how Orlando Pirates has been performing, I want to see how they're going to perform against Bloemfontein Celtic as well.
Thank you very much, Tepi, for coming through. You are always available for me and for our listeners and the viewers. So we thank you very much. We start getting already comments that's coming in. People love your comments. They want to know where they can. People want to know where they can get you, but I'll tell them. I'll give them your handle for Twitter so that they can interact with you. But we thank you very much. We thank you very much for coming through. That is Tepi that was talking to us directly. It was talking to us after. That takes us to our poll question. It is a very tough poll question. At the end there, when Tepi was giving us the top 4, Tepi did not say the name Kaizer Chiefs. So my question to you is Kaizer Chiefs good enough to be in top 4 in this season? Will Kaizer Chiefs be good enough for them to be in top 4? That is a big question. This question is not a small question. It is a big question, because if you don't get Kaizer Chiefs in top 4, that means South Africa is suffering big time, because Kaizer Chiefs by the way, Kaizer Chiefs was among the teams that supply more players in AFCON. Yes, they had 8 players in AFCON. Therefore, Kaizer Chiefs should be always in top 4. But they are not in top 4 at the moment. Kaizer Chiefs, they are in top 9. So what can we say now? I'm going to news. News is what is making big stories around the continent. So what is making story around the continent? What is the big story? The first big story, it is Espérance de Tunis. Esperance de Tunis, by the way, this is live, right? So if you hear my mic is crashing because it's falling and everything, so don't be worried. I am fine, I'm in the studio. So that's what happens in live shows. Live shows, you always have those kind of things that's happening. Esperance de Tunis are 2019 champions of Africa. After winning it, it was taken away. The game supposed to be replayed, and finally FIFA came out in arbitration court of sport. They decided that Esperance de Tunis are the champions of Africa 2019. So there is nothing will happen. 2019, Esperance de Tunis, congratulations for being the champions of Africa. Raja Casablanca, it is said. So another story, this is the story that I like. Remember, many people who know me, they know that I was against Pessi Tau playing in the second division of Belgium because he was too good for him to play there. And he proved it last season. He finished as the best player in the league and he was voted as the best player. Now he's playing for Club Brugge. Club Brugge is a big team in the Belgian Premier League. So this move, it is a great move for Pessi Tau because now it's paving the way for Pessi Tau to go and play in the bigger league. Many players, they play in Belgium and they end up becoming top. So congratulations to Pessi Tau for that move being made. The second big news for me, it is this young man. I saw him in the African Cup of Nations. Yes, Cote d'Ivoire did not do good, but when you look at his movement, you look at the attacking, you look at what he's done, the set pieces, he scored actually a beautiful goal in AFCON. Remember him, South Africa? Yes, that is the guy who destroyed Arsenal left-hand side, passing the ball and getting those goals. So Pepe is now in Arsenal, breaking the record, smashing the Arsenal record, smashing African record in the EPL. Congratulations to Pepe. Another news, it is coming from Club Brugge to Everton. Just when I thought that Pessi Tau going to Club Brugge is going to have a friend from Zimbabwe, what the gentleman left Club Brugge is going to Everton. Congratulations to you. His name is Marvelous Makamba. Listen, Marvelous. In the interview, they asked him, how do you feel going to Everton? You can guess the answer. The answer was marvelous. That was so simple. So I've got other news is coming from the continent, but that news will be given by my friend who is from Zambia. Remember, I promised in this show, you will be excited, you will know what's happening on the weekend, you will win, you will travel the continent as well. So now I am going all the way to above the Limpopo River, where I will be speaking with my friend from Zambia. And there is a story that is making big news. So the story in Zambia. Mulshani Nawa. Bueno. Let's get into it directly. The Minister of Sport got fired. Zambia, they don't have anybody representing them in the CAF. What is the story?
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, Chris.
Yeah, no problem.
If the Excellence Edgar Chagwaru would take the part of former Mr. Moses Okere after 2002.
I would like you to move a little bit where you are. I can't hear you properly. The story you are saying is very big story. So move so that I can hear you. The minister got fired. Zambia does not have a place in the CAF. What happened? Tell us straight.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The Republican president
I think somebody's using a muti. They don't want to tell us the good story. Each time you start talking about that part of the story, your voice goes away. But before that, we can hear you correctly. But we're gonna go back to that story. And the other story that I wanted to say, if you can hear me and you can speak, listen. The league in South, you can move. You don't have to be. You are not in the studio. You are home. Move. Be free. Be free. People are watching you. Actually, I'm getting some news here. People are talking big. Yes, I know you're an African, so it's fine. Can you talk now? Can I hear you?
Hello, are you able to get me?
Now I can hear you. So tell me the story of the minister.
Yeah, the Minister of Sports, Moses Mawere, was fired by the Republican President Edgar Chagwa
Yeah.
because he failed to reconcile the 1988 African Footballer of the Year, Kalusha Bwalia, and the FAZA President, that is Andrew Ndanga Kamanga. So the minister was asked by the Republican President to reconcile the two, to meet at his office in Osaka, to chart the way forward who will be given that nomination paper to represent Southern Africa at that CAF sub-committee elections. And apparently, it seems like the Zambian government wanted Kalusha Bwalia to be given those nomination papers. And after the Football Association of Zambia General Secretary Adrian Kashala adopted the candidature of Andrew Ndanga Kamanga, the sitting first president, that didn't go well with the Zambian government. No wonder the Minister of Sports, Moses Mawere, was fired. And that was not just the only reason he was fired. It was also believed that he was fired because the Chipolopolo boys, the Zambia national soccer team, failed to qualify to back-to-back Africa Cup of Nations in 2017 as well as in 2019. As you know, Zambia is the powerhouse in terms of African football, and we are the champions of the year 2012. So those didn't go very well with the Republican President Edgar Chagwa.
Well, you being the powerhouse of Africa, well, that is a bit debatable, but you're a powerhouse in Southern Africa. But talking of you being the powerhouse, you have a lot of players in South Africa. You are the third most important country that brings players to South Africa. So, what do you think the Zambian players in South Africa will do this season? What can we expect?
I think we expect a very big performance from Zambian players, and this is not the first time we are exporting good players to South Africa. Remember the likes of late Dennis Lota Chesa Mpama was top goal scorer in the ABSA Premiership a couple of seasons ago. We have Collins Mbesuma. We had also the likes of Perry Bebeto Mutapa. Those are big names in terms of Zambian football. Not forgetting James Chamanga, but this time around the crop of Zambian players, the likes of Augustine Oga Molenga, Justin Shonga, the police officer here in the Zambia Police, as well as Mwape Musonda. Those are very good strikers who can light up the ABSA Premiership in South Africa, and I'm looking forward to see the ABSA Premiership starting this coming weekend, and I'm tipping one of the Zambian players, especially Justin Shonga, to finish the top goal scorer this 2019-2020 season in the ABSA Premiership in South Africa.
Well, everything you say there, I cannot doubt it because you are correct. So far in South Africa, we have a 3 top goal scorer from Zambia. We have a Chris Katongo, we have Musonda already, and we have Colin Besumba. So you are correct in that. Listen, this week, I want you to look at many stories around the African continent, many countries, because next week when I call you on Friday, I want you to tell me what we can expect from African news. We thank you very much. And Bueno brother, for you always coming all the way from Livingstone, the capital city, or you say the capital of Zambia. We'll speak to you next week. That was our man coming all the way from Livingstone. It is Nawa. And thank you very much, Fraser, there. So we move to the question that I was saying to you again. The poll question that I did ask you, do you think Kaizer Chiefs is good enough for them to make the top 4? Many of you are going to give the answer next week. You have to share it. I'm not asking this question because I want to undermine anybody. I really want to know. And I'll tell you why I want to know. Because where I'm moving now is, I'm going to show the fixtures. There are 8 fixtures this weekend, right? But there are 4 fixtures that are very important for me. I'll tell you why they're important as soon as you start going. So the very first fixtures there, I put it on the screen. Stellenbosch are playing against Chippa United. Stellenbosch is a newly promoted team in PSL. When you're new in a new division, I want you to have a very small milestone that you want. So Stellenbosch, they need to think of going the first 45 minutes of the game, not conceding a goal. They will feel very happy because they are playing against a middle table team, Chippa United. So in this game, I am seeing Stellenbosch winning the game. The second game that I want us to look at is Baroka FC. Baroka are playing against Cape Town City. Cape Town City, Benny McCarthy want to win the league. But Baroka last season, they were fighting the relegation. They survived in the last game of a relegation because they drew against Maritzburg 1-1. And that's why they survived. This time around, they're playing against a team that is fighting to win the league. That is the game I want you to watch. The third game, it is Kaizer Chiefs are playing against Highland Park. Big game for Kaizer Chiefs. They are under pressure. They lost even the friendly game against Orlando Pirates. They are out of the top 8, which means their supporters, they want them to start the league on fire. They want the very first game to be a huge game. So that is the game I want you to watch. Last but not least, Maritzburg playing against Golden Arrows. Maritzburg survived relegation because they went in the playoff. They won every game. But you remember, the whole season, they only managed to win 4 games. 4! That is not good enough. So this season, when they start their first game, everybody will be watching. Will Maritzburg win the first game? Everybody will be watching. Will Kaizer Chiefs win the first game? Everybody will be watching. Will Baroka win the first game? Everybody will be watching. Will be wanting to see if Stellenbosch, they've got what it takes to be in the Premier League. So those are the fixtures I want you this weekend to watch, because I want you to comment, to send me messages, to talk to me about it. Now, I want you to go all together to what we have done so far. What did we do so far? I did ask you a question. My apologies. The question was, which club has won the most of PSL? That was the quiz question that I wanted you to give me an answer. You know it, right? So, then I did ask you a poll question. You know why I'm repeating all this stuff? Because that's where you stand a chance of winning. A poll question was, do you think Kaizer Chiefs is good enough to be in top 4? But remember, this show is about you winning. So I want just to give everybody a chance. I want to show you the mechanism, how you can win with Visa. It is few steps that you have to take, very small steps, very small. Anybody can do. And those steps can take you to do everything. Wow, by the way, at the moment, we just lost our feed. That's how live TV goes. We're back. Yes, we're back. So, our mechanism are very simple. Swap your card, take the picture, send the WhatsApp, and then you stand the chance of winning these goodies. Fitbit, cell phone. Here the mechanism. Make sure they give you that slip. Make sure that you take a picture of that. Make sure that you send a WhatsApp. I am Christophe Bongo, and you have been watching Just Palm Urban. And this, for me, it is a good moment. I want to go to read one of your messages that you have sent to me, because I was so busy talking and speaking, and I did not have a chance of reading your messages. So, Michelle say, no ticket. Oh, this is the last week one. I want the live one. Give me the live one. So, the Visa, when you win in Visa, we make sure that we call you so that we tell other people that it is a human who is winning. So, we will try to call our Visa winner. The reason I put it last, because I want you're sitting there, right? And you're watching this. You say, is Christopher really speaking to real human, a real human winning? And here we are. Our Visa winner for the Fitbit is online. Welcome and congratulations for you. Look at the smile. That's what I was expecting on Friday when somebody wins something. Your smile just makes the studio be happy. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks, and how are you?
I am doing so well. I'm so happy that you've won. So,
I'm very happy.
people are watching around the world. They want to make sure that you are actually participated in the one. How did you enter this competition?
I took a slip and then I sent it on WhatsApp.
And then you got a call, right?
Yes, I got the call informing me that I've won a Fitbit.
Please tell people where you're calling from, just to make sure that they can come to you to see that you are actually human. Because when people win things, they don't believe. So tell us, where are you?
Port Elizabeth in the Eastern Cape.
How's the weather there? Because in Johannesburg, where we are, it's a bit chilly. How's the weather there?
Oh, today it's very sunny.
So we thank you very much for calling, and you're gonna receive your prize very, very soon. when you wear it, just make sure that you are running around the beaches, taking pictures, sending it to our Facebook pages. We are in Just Palm Urban. You send more pictures of you receiving your present, running, and keeping fit. We thank you so much for entering the competition. By the way, you can still enter again because there is a cell phone that you can win. There's so much you can win. It's not only Fitbit. You can even win 4 if you can, because you can give them to the families. But it is Friday. You are the winner. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy football. Thank you very much for joining us live.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I am Christophe Bongo. Like I said before, I want to get messages from you. I want communication from you. Last week, I spoke to so many people. This week, I want to get you talking to me. Remember, you can get me on @ChristopheBongo. That is my Twitter handle. And my Instagram, it is Christophe Bongo. Very simple. My Facebook page, I would like to direct you at Just Palm Urban, because that way you can find me every Friday. You don't have to look for me anywhere else. Just come here. Just Palm Urban, you'll find me here. Or if you make a mistake, you can say Just Palm TV. I will be there as well. But that is what you have to do. So what we'll be doing every Friday, this is what we'll be doing every Friday. Every Friday, we'll put you in the mood of the weekend. Besides you winning things, we'll put you in the mood of the weekend. We'll tell you certain fixtures that we'll select, how those fixtures will go, and they will tell you what to look for when watching this football. Our idea is we want you to be part of football. We want you to be part of this show. We want to interact with you. We want to talk with you more. Send us your pictures. Wherever you've been watching this show, send us your pictures. And then because we are developing, we need you to give us your input. Tell us what we need to change. If you want me to wear a wig, I will wear a wig. If you want me to wear a suit, I will wear a suit. If you want me to wear a tie, I'll wear a tie. But we need you to be participant. We just don't want you to sit and watch. We want you to be part of it. I am Christophe Bongo. This is Just Palm Urban, and it's time because it is Friday.